That's a great question, Susan. Honestly, one of the biggest fears homeowners have before starting a renovation is, what if this ends up costing way more than planned? And I completely understand that concern because renovations can get expensive fast. The good news is there are ways to protect your budget before the project even starts. The first thing I always tell homeowners is this: make your decisions early. That's why we begin each project by completing a design phase where all the important decisions are nailed down before we start nailing anything else. A lot of budget overruns happen because selections are still changing during construction. Maybe you decide halfway through that you want different tile or custom cabinetry instead of semi-custom, or you move a wall after framing has already started. Every change creates ripple effects, more labor, more materials, and sometimes even delays. The more we can finalize up front during design, layouts, finishes, fixtures, appliances, the more accurate and stable your budget is. The second thing is having a realistic contingency fund. Even in a well-planned renovation, especially in older Cincinnati homes, we sometimes uncover surprises. Once the walls are opened up, maybe it's old plumbing, outdated wiring, water damage, or structural repairs that nobody could see beforehand. That's why we usually recommend setting aside 10 to 15% of your project budget for unexpected conditions. If you don't need it, great. But sometimes things come up. You're prepared instead of stressed. Another huge factor is communication. At Rock Island, we work really hard to keep homeowners informed throughout the process. If something changes, if pricing shifts, or if we discover an issue, we talk about it immediately, not 3 weeks later when it's already become too expensive. Good communication helps homeowners make smart decisions in real time. I'd also say this: be careful about choosing the lowest bid. Sometimes a really good estimate means things were left out, intentionally or unintentionally. Then halfway through the project, you start hearing things like, oh, that wasn't included, or that'll be an extra charge. A detailed, transparent proposal is usually much more valuable than the cheapest number on paper. And finally, prioritize what matters the most. Every homeowner has a wish list item. But if staying on budget is a priority, focus your investments on the things that are the hardest to change later. Things like improvements, cabinetry, quality construction, and functional upgrades. Some decorative items can always be upgraded later over time. At the end of the day, the best way to avoid going over budget is planning carefully, communicating clearly, and working with a team that's honest about the cost from the beginning. Because a successful renovation isn't just about creating a beautiful space, it's about creating a process that feels manageable and predictable for the homeowner too. Thanks for the question. Every home has a story. Every renovation starts with questions. If you're thinking about remodeling and have some questions of your own, send them through the contact form at our website at rockislandrealty.com. Maybe we can help. This is Dear Rock Island.